Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic. I'm going to be trying a different video today. Kind of did one or two, a couple of these earlier on. Um, Looked at some dual decks that were older, that were kind of unappreciated, and that they were undervalued at, and then they've crept up, so they're not as much of a deal, or like if you could find them on clearance or something, or uh, I don't know, just somewhere, then that had them on a deal, then you could maybe get some value in flipping, or even just like get a deal on some cards if you were to use them. So today I'm going to be looking at Ravnica Allegiance guild kits. I am getting a couple sets. This set in the box that I'm going to keep for uh, my collection. And I also got one set that came all loose. And these are going to be broken down and for parts. And I figured I would kind of just talk about some of the value in them, and also just like going over what you get in them. And this was like, I bought these last week or 10 days ago, and then they finally came in. Took a little while, but so I bought the sets for 150 Canadian. I know when they first came out, they weren't too expensive, and then they kind of just snap vanished. Earthquake. Uh, and then they've kind of been trickling in and out very, very slowly. So for each guild kit, you get a little pamphlet that talks about the guild. You get the deck lists of the, and then the Linvala of the, from Dragon's Maze, I think, has the art. You also get a sticker. So some of this little swag could be worth something, could be worth nothing. Depends on if you're gonna appreciate it, and if you want to use it also. So you get a deck box that's kind of not super useful, and a couple other things. You also get a dice that has the guild symbol on as the 20 spin down. So I generally peg spin downs at around $1, depending on which, if there's anything special with them. Like really old dice, I put like a higher value on, but like they're very hard to kind of move. And then you get a guild pin, so just a little pin. So well, damaged. Asperia Supreme Judge is the foil in the Azorius kit. So the Azorius kit is like the worst kit for value. You only get a couple cards. Like the Azorius kit has 5 cards. I just looked at the goldfish pricing, um, which is actually like pretty low compared to, like, when I look at it, it seems low because I'm used to Canadian prices, which are pretty crazy on some things. But there's only a couple cards over $2 in this kit, and only five over $1. So like Pride of the Clouds is the most expensive card at 443. And then you get also a Sphinx of Foresight as a rare, Linvalia, Lavinia of the 10th, Wind Reaver, you got an Asperia, the Inscrutable, Archon of the Triumvirate, you got Unbreakable Formation, Detention Sphere, Render Silent. I wish I actually was smart and thought this would actually be what it's worth, because it clearly is. Like even at $1.91, it's could have just hoovered up a lot of those for like bulk. We got Dovescape. That's another one of the cards that's at $1.94, and you got Sphinx's Orav at 328. Oh, I did miss the Detention Sphere. That's $1.40. Then Warrant and Warden. And also, like, you have to look at some of these things with, like, these tokens, because they're of unique nature. So 4 of them are Thopters, and one's a Sphinx. And then you got the bird on the one side. So because the tokens are, like, somewhat unique, the tokens could even have, like, decent value. Not huge value, again, but like at least something. Then we got like a couple Judges Familiar, a Guild Mage, Azorius Herald, Stoic Ephemera, Cortisar, Hover Barrier, Sky Knight. I don't know. Not anything too exciting in the commons and uncommons. In the creatures, you have 4 Chanceries, so getting a playset of Bounce Lands and a playset of Guild Gates. But like another valued part of these is these lands. And I don't mean undervalued in what they're going for. I mean undervalued in like factoring in the value for the kits. I generally put these lands at around $1. It was my thinking, and like a lot of the time it would be like $1 to, like I was very like big on thinking of getting these kits, tearing them apart, always putting the lands aside. And that's generally what I try and do. Because I think long term these lands, like they've just made so many basics that like no basic really goes anywhere. And if they do a whole bunch of if they do like a run of foils, other than the release little weekend promo thing that they did, which there wasn't that many of, at least at the store where I live. I think they had 2 of each or something. So like that's nothing, really. So, but these lands are like hidden value, I think. Then in the end of the kit, there's 2 signets. That would be something decent in value, because the Azorius signet's always like one of the more expensive signets I found. The charm, and not really much at the end. So like that's like the worst kit with a value of $26.35. Most of the kit's bulk, but again, like I value these lands at I don't think they put a value for the lands, and I value them at something. So that's the Azorius kit. I even value the tokens at something, because generally I'm able to figure out a way to get something for them. So I don't know what I'm doing here. Just making piles of mess. Okay, and then let's go on to the next worst kit. So this is the kit with the next. So you got your sticker, your little deck box themed, and then you get your Gruul little fold-out poster thing with what is that, Ruakar. It's kind of neat. So then we got the Gruul dice. Gruul dice is pretty nice. Then speckled, and then we'll get the pin. And you got Ruakthar as the promo. Okay. Okay, so for this kit, it has few cards that are worth a lot, but it's got more like clustered in that like just below $1 value. Because first off, the most expensive card in this kit is the Birds of Paradise, which is right here at $12.14, and then nobody cares about the Shaman that much. We got Burning Tree Shaman. I remember playing that a lot when Gilpack was out. Then you got Eurolash, the Hate Seed, and that's the fourth most expensive card at $1.21. So like the value does drop off quite fast in this kit. Rumbling Slum, that became nothing. Giant Soulfuge, that was a really in-demand card back in the day. Rumble Belt Raiders, pretty near bulk. It's Firebird, near bulk. Rumble Hulk, near bulk. Ravager Worm, pretty near bulk. You got the Protean Hulk, though. That surprised me. I didn't think that it was this much. They had it at $10.25. So that really surprised me, because to me, Hulk was only good with Flash back in the day, and then it kind of got crushed down. And then with this printing, which isn't a big printing, and then a Masters printing, I thought it would definitely only be, I don't know, $3-4. But now we got Barbarigamos, Savageborn Hydra, and Cindervines, which is the fifth most expensive card in this set at $1.08. Got a Wormweaver Coil, and then some tokens, some worms, and the Saprolings. So, and I'm dropping them. So this kit has 5 cards at above $1 and 3 cards above $2. So it's not that great for, it's got like a lot of stuff in the bulky range. Like how a lot of commander decks end up being. Like you get a lot of cards that are just like 30, 40, 50 cents. They all add up to something, but you can't do anything really with them. There's not really much demand. Like, so then this one you get this kind of cool looking mountain, and then this forest. So again, like I value the lands at somewhere around 50 cents to $1 each. You get 8 of each, so like that is some value when you get the kits to average about $30 before tax. So like 30 and a little bit. So you get 2 signets. That's always good, though the green signets aren't as valuable. And then Rhythm of the Wild is actually the 3rd most expensive card. And I don't believe that the price is correct that they had listed at $443. But maybe it is. I haven't looked at Rhythm in quite a while. So, and yeah, so like this one, like if you can find the Azorius one for like $20, it might be worth it. But you can't go spend $30 on that one. I know that much. Unless you want the lands and value them at something. This one, because of the Hulk and the bird, it's not a terrible kit. But it's still not. It's still got a lot of bulk in it. So like the Gruul kit, around like 25. I would say that's an A plus. Even at 30, I would consider it a B. But it's not the greatest. Like this is the Rakdos kit. They were trying to get 35 for. You get your sticker and your deck box and the little fold out and the deck list, the kit list, I guess, and then a Rakdos. So, okay, and then we got our pin. They're pretty, they feel kind of heavy, so they probably wouldn't just get all super scratched up and become garbage right away. And then the Rakdos die. Then we got Rakdos Lord of Riots. The crazy part is it's not a Pringle. Like even these other ones, these foils are a bit curved this way, but they are not like most of the foils these days. Just like crunched up like a Pringle. So we get a Rakdos Lord of Riots as the foil for that one. So then this kit is apparently about $46. It's got a bit better distribution, and just have to see, I guess. We got Rixmati Reveler, the Lizarda, the Blood Witch, Avatar or Discord, Spawn of Mayhem, Rakdos Pit Dragon, Master of Cruelties, which is almost $11. I think I've seen buy lists for almost like. See, that $11 seems too low. Well, $10.88, but like I've seen buy lists for $8 or $9. So, like, if you needed a Master of Cruelties, like I don't know. I think the last time I looked, it was like 18 or 20 Canadian. So, got a Carnival Hellsteed, Rakdos the Defiler, and then one of the best card in the set kit for this one is this Hellkite. And they have the Hellkite at 1396. But I think I've seen buy list. Like, I think that's a bit low also. Because I've seen some buy lists for around 10. So I would think the retail would be like definitely more, like close to 16 or 20. And then we got Dreadbore. That's the third most expensive card at 327. We got Theater of Horrors and Demon Fire. Even this Rakdos' return, I didn't think it'd be $1 still, but they have it at over $1, which seems crazy to me. Then we get these dragon tokens. They're all dragon and goblins. And something like this token, I think, like, it almost always seems the token with that Hellkite always is crazy. Like, I think I've seen this around $1, and you get 5 of them, which just seems crazy. But, and then, what else is in here? You got 2 Cacklers, a little bit. Get some Carnariums, some Gilgates. This Swamp was one of the ones that was actually on the higher end of value, but this mountain wasn't as much. But this Swamp seemed to be in demand. And again, as I say, like, I peg the lands at about 50 cents to $1, depending on which one. Yeah, a couple signets. They're it's usually one of the better signets. 50 cents $1. Even the charm, like 50 cents, easy. Even the skewer, it's one of the better commons. So, yeah. So that kit, like this $35, seems like a steal to me. Just because, like, I could probably bust down some of the better cards and just keep the lands and go on my merry way. I seriously thought that the Rakdos kit would beat the Simic kit for value, because, like, the Rakdos kit was $5 more. But the Simic kit ended up being a couple dollars more value, because it's kind of deep in $2 cards. So we got the Simic sticker, we got the deck box, and we got the kit list and a bit about Simic. We got the dice and the pin. So, and this kit comes with a Zagana Utopian Speaker. That one came out in Ravnica Allegiance. And then so this kit has apparently $49.12 in value. $37.56 in cards over $2. So not too bad, especially for like $30-ish Canadian. So we got Gyre Sage, that is apparently $4 and change. Divine Lasher, that nobody cares. It got reprinted in Jace vs. Vraska, and it just got demolished. We got Voral of the Hulklave, and that's $1.43. Pretty good for Commander. Double counters. Got Cytoplasm Rootkin, Fathom Age, the Frog, Momir Vig, and that's around 247. Got Progenitor Mimic. I really thought this was a good spec with Dragon's Maze because it wasn't worth a whole lot. But then it's just got reprinted a couple times, and it's just into the ground. Though apparently it's back over $2 for this. But that's another thing I find with some of these things. Because it's kind of a unique printing, the prices are kind of a bit distorted. We got Experiment Crage at $2.89. Every time there's a Simic thing, they gotta put the Sky Swallower in, apparently. Simic Ascendancy, $2.30. Alternate win condition. We got Void Slime. I really thought with the Secret Lair printing, that would have really put a bunch of pressure on this. That was in the Prime Slime. But it's apparently over $7. I think that might be a mistake, but it is a very good card. You also get a Guardian Project. I think that's part of the reason why this one was underrated, because Guardian Project didn't move. It was kind of one of those underrated cards. When you see the kit and you see the list and you're like, Guardian Project, it's like $3 or $4. It's not that big a deal. But now that it's the most expensive card in the kit at like $12, it makes a big difference. Very good in Commander. Okay, so then we got 5 Ooze tokens with the Frog Lizard on the back. And then we got Experiment 1. That's a decent uncommon. Not worth a whole lot, but still not terrible. We got some regular good old Simic cards. Gilgates. Growth Chamber. Then we got the Simic Basic Island. It's pretty nice. As I say, like the value lands around 50 cents a dollar. Sometimes these lands pop up on buy lists even for like 50 cents, which seems crazy in a way. But if you want like a whole bunch of them, you only get 8 per kit, so would be kind of silly to buy kits just to get your basics. But in a way, sometimes if you need a whole bunch of those, it might be actually worthwhile to buy the kit for, like, if they want $1 something for the land, it might be worthwhile buying the kit for the lands and then just parting out the rest. Because like if you got this for $30 and they want $1.25 for the lands, like $10 for the rest of the stuff, like Guardian Project and everything, is like definitely worth it. Got 2 rapid hybridizations, and I think they have those at like $2 still. Really thought those would have got crushed down. The signets are decent, and we're at the end. So that kit I would definitely say, like, if you can get them for around $30, definitely an A in value. Um, but like I even think a little more, like a little above 30 might still be worth it if you need a Guardian project and want to uh, have those basics. Like that could even be just worth it alone, and then you have the rest as spare parts. Because some of the spare parts, even if they're not the best cards, you can find outlets for them. Um, and like having guild kits and having some extra guild kits and extra signets and stuff aren't the worst thing to have, because you can put them in your trade binder and get like use them as throw-ins to like balance a trade or something. Not that like it depends. Like if your area doesn't do anything with commander, that's just a waste. But then we got the sticker for Orzhov, and then we got the Orzhov pamphlet, the Tesa. So this kit's the most expensive kit for value, but usually I found when it's being sold alone, it's usually jacked up to $50. So it's still kind of worth it at $50, but it's very questionable in a way. So you also get your die. Really thought the die for this one would be more black and white, but and then you get the pin. So like I don't know if you can derive value out of all these pins and dice and stuff, that also helps. You got Tesa Orzhov Scion as the foil. It does have a bit of a curve, but more than the others. But okay, so for this kit, there was not a lot of cards worth a lot. It's very top heavy because there's only 4 cards over $1 and 3 cards over $2. So it is kind of not the greatest for a spread of value, but this is what it is. Got Orzhov Pontiff. That was a lot at one point. We got Tesa Karlov. I think that's a good long-term hold for EDH. Then we got Ghost Council. That got destroyed on the Masters reprint. Pontiff of Blight. Dragon's Maze. Just not going to get there. Got Skeletal Vampire. Not the greatest. Treasury Thrall. It was a pre-release promo, so that really hampered that one. We had Deathpack Angel. It's not even $1. Angel of Despair. It was 93 cents. It almost got to the dollar mark. But here's the reason to buy this kit. If you need a Smothering Tithe and need like something else, like Smothering Tithe, in this kit, if you can get it like this, like buying it as a set, the kit was $30 average. So like the Smothering Tithe at least pays for the kit by itself. The rest, I could just take the Smothering Tithe out, try and be Kobe, and throw the rest in the garbage can. But Smothering Tithe, the main reason and pretty much the only reason to buy this kit, other than the Tesas, So, Ethereal Absolution and Debitors Now. And then this one, you get a variety of tokens, which is kind of weird, but you get 2 spirits, 2 bats, and a cleric, treasure, and the backs are all spirits. So that's different than a couple of the kits that have almost all just the same tokens. But Vindictive Vampire is a decent uncommon. But then we get the Basilicas and the Guild Mage, Guildgate. Guild Mage. Okay, and then the Plains. The nice Plains. And then the Swamp. It's a decent looking one. So, I don't know what I'm doing. Making piles when there's no need. Then we got Orzhov Signet. Got Alderman Price. The Orzhov Charm. I don't think the charm's actually a whole lot of anything. Got Mortify. It's usually at least something not bulk. Pretty close now, but just is what it is. So with this kit, you got just Tesas and Smother and Tithe carrying the load, but they have them at $44 for the 2 Tesas and the Tithe. So if you can find this kit for less than, as I say, most of the times when I've seen it loose, they want $50. And at that price, it's not really worth it, because I think Smother and Tithe is about 35-ish Canadian. So you're paying 15 extra for the rest, which is most, for value wise, it's not worth it. If you wanted to get the lands, it would definitely be probably worth it, because you're probably paying close to $1 a land, and then the Tithe gets you to 50 anyways. So overall, I find that if I had to buy this for $50, I would probably say no. I would probably try and find the Brawl deck that has Smothering Tithe in it. Though that deck is usually when I've seen it $50 or $60. So no savings really. So it all depends if you need a Smothering Tithe and can use some of the other parts for this one. So in the end, I find that this will probably work out for me, just because I'll try and keep the lands and then spare part out some of the rest, keep the Tithe probably, and then continue to soldier on with the basics at a discount, with the Tithe at a discount hopefully. But I'm not 100% sure in the end how that will work. If you can get the kits for about $30-ish Canadian, maybe 20, around 20, if you have if a store has some lying around, it might be worth a look. It is an old kind of, it's a 3-year-old product now, or 2-year-old product, 3-year-old product. So you can find some value in some of these older products that get forgotten about. just now with so many products even. So um, this went on for a lot longer than I was hoping. So I hope I didn't bore you guys. Um, I hope that I'll um, probably try and do a few more of these type of video looking at some underappreciated items or like products that were hated when they came out. Probably some commander decks like that, and like go over if there's value in them or not, and see how that goes. Like I'm looking to try and do some other content than just 72 of the same box. Or whatever for opening. So, if you could leave a comment with a suggestion or a way to improve other than like quit rambling so much in an incoherent way and like get the time to be less so that it's not terrible, that'd be appreciated. And if you could like, share, subscribe, and comment, that'd be definitely appreciated. And I hope that I didn't bore you so much that I will see you on the next video. Try and have a good rest of your day, and take care, and I hope to see you next time. See you then. Bye.